What's going on? Welcome back to the huddle. We're about to take a look at 3 tips to hopefully help you have a successful Supercoach season. A bit of a disclaimer, I'm not a Supercoach expert, I'm just obsessed and I love the game. I just wanted to share what I've learned, share a few tips that have helped me achieve a couple of top 1000 finishes over my 4 years of Supercoaching. At the end of the video, make sure you get down in the comments section and post your Supercoach tips. So let's get into it now. Before the season starts, you need to decide. Are you going to focus on your head-to-head league or your overall rank? For you, is it about winning your league to get the bragging rights, or are you going to battle it out against the 100,000+ super coaches to crack the cash prize? If you are head-to-head focused, you'll approach the game a little differently to those purely focused on their overall rank. You'll be conserving more trades, approaching the buy rounds with a more relaxed approach, and fervently studying your head-to-head finals opponent to make necessary trades. Now, throughout the season, those of you with the great overall rank will probably be doing pretty well in your head-to-head league as well. But overall, super coaches will be trying to put their best 17 together week in, week out. Let's just hope they don't run out of trades. Speaking of trades, that's the second tip: value them, especially you head-to-head players. We only get 37 for the season. Now, we're allowed to use 2 trades each round, with the super trade round between around 14 and 15 where we can use 5. Now, injuries do happen and can throw a spanner in the works, but it's good to always have a plan of attack that you can adapt each round. Head-to-head players, your trades have immense value at the end of the season when you're in your finals. If your player gets injured, you can replace them. If your head-to-head opponent has a pod or a point of difference that you think could go massive, you can also transfer in that player to cancel out the threat. Now, it's all well and good talking about finals, but you do need to get there first. If you've got off to a decent start to the season, it's probably worth saving your trades during the 2 buy rounds. But if you've had a bit of a shocking start to the season, you might want to use those 2 buy rounds to make a few more trades than you'd normally make and try and get a couple of wins in those buy rounds. Also, during the season, head-to-head players may be more willing to hold an injured gun for a few weeks to save a trade, while an overall coach might replace them with another gun straight away to maximize their points. Speaking of the overall focused super coaches, they'll be trading more furiously throughout the season. This is especially evident over the buy period to try and field as close to 17 players in each buy round. This is a great time to overtake those head-to-head focused coaches who are conserving trades for their league finals. The super trade round is a great time to offload those players who played in the first buy round, round 12, and bring in players who are going to play the second buy round, round 17. It might also be a good time to bring in enough to get ready to utilize the vice captain loophole later in the season. Enough is a player at rock bottom dollar who is extremely unlikely to be named to play. You can get stung with this sometimes, but if you want more info on Nuffs or the VC loophole, check out this video by clicking the I button or dropping a question down in the comment section. And finally, beware the mid-ranger danger. You may play this strategy, and it's what I've done for the past 4 seasons. It's the guns and rookies strategy. It involves starting the season off with as many cheapies or cash cows as possible, those around the 170k, 200k mark. The cheapies named in a team's starting 13 are gold, but sometimes you do have to go for a bench cheapie. They'll just generate cash at a bit more of a slower pace. So once you've got all those cheapies, you then want to fill your team with as many guns as you can afford. Now, this is easier said than done, and we're not always blessed with lots of cheapies at the start of a season, and we are forced to get a mid-ranger or 2. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some great value in mid-rangers, and some are going to have a great season in 2020. Some might have moved clubs, some might be looking likely to play more minutes, or some might have a positional change. I just feel that it's more safe to rely on a proven gun for points and trust a cheapie to make cash a bit quicker. There's a bit more risk in those mid-rangers. But realistically talking, and as you know, this season there's a bit of a lack of rock bottom dollar cheapies, and we have been forced to look at players around the 300 to 400k mark. I'm interested in the likes of Liam Knight at the Rabbitohs, if he's got that lock position locked down. Luciane Leilua is interesting as he's moved to the Tigers and there's some talk of him playing more minutes. So let me know in the comments section which mid-rangers are you interested in. And again, it is only pre-season. Once Team List Tuesday rolls around, we'll have such a better idea of all those cheapies. So my advice is just get a team set up before Team List. Don't tinker too much. I know it's hard to resist the tinker temptation, but get something set that's solid. Keep your eye out for big important news, maybe injuries. But then once Team List Tuesday rolls around, get back in there and get that team ready for round 1. So there are a few quick tips. Get down in the comments section, post your number 1 Supercoach tip. Make sure you get subscribed, drop a like on the video, share this video with your mates who play Supercoach, and I'll catch you soon.